Hello and welcome everyone to the stream. This is a great day. Great day, chapter 1125 spoilers. I haven't read them yet. I heard they're peak. I heard they're insane. I heard they are legendary. I want everyone here, if you're watching the stream, start by leaving a like on the stream. Smash that like button. And comment down below, what do you rate the chapter out of 10? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you everyone for being here. I have not read the spoilers yet. I have not read them yet, okay? This is going to be a raw, genuine, authentic stream spoilers chapter reaction, okay? I'm excited. I've seen a lot of hype surrounding the spoilers, okay? I haven't read them. I woke up and I saw a ping and someone was saying, yo, the spoilers are out. Are you going to stream? I'm like, yo, I didn't even know the spoilers are out. Okay? I didn't even know the spoilers are out, but glad to see everybody here. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Rashad, longtime supporter. Also, let's start with this, guys. After you guys smash that like button, I want you guys to drop some salutes in chat. You guys are slacking. Community gang, we're supposed to be a militia. We're supposed to be an army. Where are the salutes? I'm not seeing a single salute in the chat. I'm not seeing a single salute in the chat. Where are the salutes? I'm not gonna say hello to anyone that's not saluting. How about that? If you want to be welcomed, salute. It's easy. It's literally 2 characters. It's 2 characters. Axe, welcome to the stream, brother. Roxy Yunez, welcome to the stream, brother. Twitch Clips, welcome to the stream. Irfan, what's good? Noski, Mask Bandit was good. Jin Marks was good. Sun Daddy was good. Jody List was good. JR Raider was good. We got a lot of familiar names here. Love to see it. All you guys that show up week in and week out, just know I love you beyond measure. All you guys, Mo, Axe, Rashad, long-time supporters, Joint, Jutsu, Conan, welcome back. Think it's been a while. Hope you're doing great. JR Writer, longtime supporter. Jin Marks, my brother. Ski Mask Bandit, been supporting me for a long time, but guys, MBQ, welcome in, man. Welcome in. If I'm missing anyone, I'm sorry. Happy Sharma, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream, brother. Am I missing anybody? Guys, I'm excited to get into these spoilers, man. I'm excited to get into these spoilers. As I said, I have not read them. I haven't read the spoilers. I'm going in raw. I'm going in raw, okay? I'm going in raw. And I'm you guys, the way you guys are saying and like describing these spoilers, like I'm not pulling out. Like I'm not pulling out of this stream. Like we're going to go all the way through. Like we're gonna go all the way to the end. There's no pulling out. Okay, so I'm going into the spoilers raw. I'm excited. Okay, I'm excited. A lot of people. Well, what are the ratings right now exactly? Let me see. What are the ratings that you guys gave? So there's 49 votes and 88% of those votes are a 10 out of 10. Chat, am I about to read Peak Piece? Am I about to read Peak Piece? Guys, am I about to read Peak? Please don't spoil me. Mods, if anyone puts a spoiler in the chat, don't time them out. Don't ban them, but just delete the message. Because I don't want to be spoiled. And I get it. Like, this is a spoiler stream. I get it. But I got to be able to read the chat, you know? I want to read the chat. I want to talk to you guys. But simultaneously, I don't want to be spoiled. So, chat, are you guys ready to get into this? Are you guys ready to get into these spoilers? Should we just jump right in? Eric Hernandez, welcome in, man. You have work after this stream with theories. Oh, do I? So you're telling me the spoilers are that good? How could this chapter possibly get people to react like this? Because you guys didn't act like this the past 20, 15 chapters. Sour Lemon, welcome in. Okay, long time supporter. Welcome in. Eric Hernandez, the GOAT. The spoilers are peak. Probably a good chapter to be spoiler free on, actually, LOL, but I'm hyped to see this now. Hey, we're here. There's no pulling out. We're going in raw, okay? And I'm not talking Sun God. We're going in raw, okay? Chat, I think it's time. I think it's time. Oh, I can't forget. Also, obviously, we can't forget. Can't forget. This almost slipped my mind, but it didn't. Chat, can we just get a round of applause? Can we just get salutes for young Wokey? Young Goatee with the $200 super chat. Chat, I need every single person dropping a salute right now. Drop a salute and thank this man for being such a consistent supporter, been having this type of generosity. What, over a year now? How long has it been? Young Smokey, you know I've always said this and I will continue to say this. I greatly appreciate you beyond measure. I love you as a brother. Thank you so much. Your generosity never goes unnoticed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It truly means a lot to me. You mean a lot to me. But Young Smokey said, holy shit, fuck, this chapter is fucking insane. I really don't even know what to say. Like the stream. Chat, you heard him? He said like the stream. And guys like Eddie just said, I really don't think we should spoil him on the details. Eddie, go into this blind, just my advice. Holy shit, fuck. All right, let's get some salutes for the boy Young Smokey, guys. $200 super chat. This guy's insane. This guy's consistent. This guy is generous. He's a very loving person. Thank you so much, man. And guys, I'm excited. Let's get into these spoilers, man. Let's get into these spoilers. Young Smokey, you're holding me to a certain standard regarding these spoilers. You're putting me in a certain position. Pause. Major pause. You're putting me into a certain way of thinking. Pause again. Look, all I'm trying to say is that the way you're building, not the wall, the spoilers, the way you're building the spoilers up to be makes it seem like I am going to explode. I'm gonna cream or some shit. Like, guys, are we ready? Are we ready to do this? Are we ready to do this? And I'm gonna give you guys my raw, genuine reaction, okay? I'm not gonna pretend to be like overly excited. I'm not gonna be too like critical or whatever. I'm just gonna give you guys my genuine, raw reaction, like how we always do. We always do this on the stream. We always do this on the channel. We are authentic here. You understand? Chat, you guys gotta understand. We are authentic here. All these unfiltered jokes. Me talking shit to you guys in the chat. You guys talking shit to me, calling me Saint Charlos. Mr. 3, Edward Weevil. When I say fuck the chat, when I name the Jew, guys, we are authentic here. See, that's what separates us, chat. We have a true family, a true unit, a true militia. And we are all brothers in arms here. Maybe so, like there's probably 2 girls watching this stream, sisters in arms. We are brothers in arms. And we die for the truth. We die for truth, love, and light, okay? So we will continue being authentic. We're just keeping it real. That's what we do. Chat, it's time. Let's get into these spoilers. It is time. It is time. No more delaying. Chapter 1125. Short summary spoilers. And brought to us by the one and only. The one and only Mr. King J. King J. The legendary, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Theory, top tier chef, Mr. I come through with the real spoilers early all the time. Shouts out to the boy, King J. Chapter 1125 is titled, How Do You Know Death? Okay. The Vice Admirals apologize to Saturn for what happened and suggests that they follow the Straw Hats to Elbaf. Chat, should I just read this one point at a time and give my reaction? That's probably better than me reading the whole thing and then reacting, right? Do you guys want me to read point, reaction, point, reaction, point, reaction? What do you guys prefer? Point by point or the whole thing? Let me know, chat. Point by point or the whole thing? Because with this point, I don't think that point's actually, I don't think that's going to actually happen. I don't think that's going to actually happen. I'm so excited to read this shit. I haven't felt this way in so long. Ethan, what's good? Tawal, what's good? Sway Shocks, welcome back. Arpin, what's good? Tizzy, what's good? MSLM, what's good? Sour Lemon, what's good? What's good? Pokemon Red Eli, what's good, bro? Okay, so point by point. Okay, so Vice Admirals apologize to Saturn for what happened and suggest that they follow the Straw Hats to Elbaf. So I don't actually think that's gonna be the case. Like, generally speaking, when the Straw Hats land on a new island and we start a whole new arc, it's usually calm in the beginning. Like, maybe there will be a hiccup. You know, like when the Straw Hats got to Egghead, there was the mechanic sharks. Usually there's like a hiccup or nothing. It's generally calm. You know, in the Straw Hats, they land on the island, they meet some new characters, they walk around, they go and grab food and something to drink. It's generally like calm. So I'm expecting that kind of what's the word? That kind of that kind of style for Elbaf. So I don't necessarily think that when the Straw Hats are arriving, or when they arrive, like step foot on the island, that they're already going to be in the middle of a big battle. Like, I think it's going to be calm, especially since they're with the Giants right now. Like, they're with the Elbaf Giants. I think there's going to be a lot of harmony. They're going to be getting along. They're going to probably run to the bar, grab some food, meet all the Giants, maybe meet Prince Loki, and then the problems will start to ramp up. Maybe someone in the tavern or bar at Elbaf will say something like, yeah, Prince Loki, he's been doing a lot of evil things, like he killed my sister, and then that starts to ramp up the big bad or the ruler of the island. But you know, as far as this point goes, I don't actually think Saturn's gonna accept it and chase the Straw Hats to Elbaf. I don't know, I could be wrong. I could read these spoilers and just be immediately wrong. Z Van Rodri, welcome back. Javi Sosa, welcome back, bro. Macau Jordan, welcome back. All right, next point. Saturn refused. Okay, see? I promise you, chat, I did not read that. I promise you, I did not read that ahead of time. I can't swear because that goes against my Christian faith. I promise you, chat, I did not read that. I did not read that in advance. Saturn refused and said we got what we wanted, but the main failure was in broadcasting the Vegapunk message. See? Like, that, like, the main goal was taking down Vegapunk because he's committing the most taboo crime of all time, which is researching the Void Century. But he took it a step further by then telling the One Piece world, like the general population, Gen Pop, that the world's mostly been sunk, that there's all these islands and kingdoms surrounding scattered all around the world that have been sunk because of maybe an ancient weapon, you know, and there's this guy named Joy Boy and Nika and all of this stuff. That's the biggest threat that any character could do, you know. Shout out to Vegapunk. Can we get some salutes for Vegapunk in chat? Salute for Vegapunk. He has one of the greatest moments of all time, because yes, you could compare it to Roger. When Roger was dying, he said, you're wondering where I left my treasure? I left it at that place, you know? And it inspired this whole great age of pirates. All these guys wanted to be a pirate and go find the One Piece. Yes, that's obviously a moment of magnitude. Then you have Whitebeard, who kind of, you know, reaffirmed, like hammered in this idea of the One Piece, where Whitebeard's last words were, what was it? The One Piece is real. You know, a lot of people were watching that. That was being broadcasted from Marineford, but it wasn't being broadcasted everywhere, right? What was his message being broadcasted everywhere? I think it was mainly Sabaody. Maybe it was everywhere. Either way, we had Whitebeard give that message to the world. But now it's like Vegapunk is taking it a step further, because Vegapunk, much like Roger and Whitebeard, is having his message being broadcast. It's being broadcasted, right? Probably to a much further degree than, say, Roger, because Roger, you know, he was just at Logtown, and Whitebeard, his message was being shown to Sabaody. I think it was other islands too. But it seems to me that when it comes to these big messages in One Piece, like, they were building up to Vegapunk. Like, Roger or Oda knew he was going to do this, especially with Whitebeard. Like, look at the nature of Whitebeard's death, where he's talking about the One Piece. Now you have Vegapunk talking about the One Piece. You have Vegapunk talking about how he hopes the Straw Hats are the ones that will find the One Piece. And he's broadcasting his message around the world, much like how Whitebeard was broadcasting his message. It's some really great stuff. It's stellar stuff. And, you know, we just have to give credit to Vegapunk. This is one of the greatest characters. You know, if only Vegapunk was a D. I would really enjoy that. I would really like that, because, you know, I was talking to the boy Mo. Shout out to Mo to chill in chat. I was talking to Mo about this last night, and I think, chat, we've gotten to the point where being a member of the D clan, it's not all about strength. Right? It's not like, oh, I got Conquer Saki and this crazy devil fruit and I'm gonna destroy Emu. It has deeper layers than that. You know, we see characters like Professor Clover get labeled as a D-Clan member. You know, we can't always go down this idea that, like, all these characters, they need Conqueror's Haki and they need to have, like, this super crazy deep dream and stuff. Like, Oda's kind of widening the scope of the D-Clan. You know, so I would really enjoy Vegapunk being a member of the D-Clan. But chat, what do you think, chat? Would you like, or not Clover, Vegapunk? Would you guys like Vegapunk to be a member of the D-Clan? Because I say yes. This man researched the Void Century behind the world government's back. This man was red pilling and black pilling the masses. This man has respect for Joy Boy Nika in the Ancient Kingdom. Yes or no? Would you guys like Vegapunk to be a member of the D-Clan? Because if we're going to give it to Clover, look, and I love Clover. You guys know he's one of my favorite characters. I've said this for a very long time. He's the original One Piece theorist. If we're going to give Clover the D-Clan title, what about our boy Vegapunk? What about our boy Vegapunk? Huh? What about our boy Goy? What about our Goy Vegapunk? The greatest Goy ever. The Goyim. It's okay, Vegapunk. You're not a cattle in my eyes, bro. W Whistleblower. What's good, Braves? W Whistleblower. Yo, shout out to that boy Vegapunk, yo. What a legendary Goy. Legendary Goy. Leader of the research Goyim, bro. Bro, you can't hate him. He's naming the Jew. All right, chat, next point. In Egghead, the punk records containing Vegapunk's mind suddenly rise into the sky thanks to the activation of the machine that makes clouds. York tries to stop it, but it's too late. Yo, what? Hold up. We them boys. Chat. What does he mean by this? In Egghead, the punk records containing Vegapunk's mind suddenly rise into the sky. So what, his brain is a fucking UFO? Is his brain a UFO? Explain this to me, chat. Someone break it down. And I'm not talking dancing. Break this down to me. Wi-Fi broski. Yo, chat, we lagging? Joy Boy, what's good though? He's modeled after Einstein. He's a Jew. He was. Einstein, most definitely. All those guys that made the atomic bomb are Jewish. Yeah, so now it makes sense why Einstein was always labeled as the greatest scientist of all time. Yeah, so anyways, let's get back on chat. Let's get back on topic. I know people like us, we're awakened. We named the Jew, but let's stay focused on One Piece, guys. We got to stay focused on One Piece, okay? We can't be out here naming the Jew. His brain rises. Okay, so chat, what is the possibility that Uranus, hear me out, chat, hear me out. What is the possibility? Jeez, I got something working up, bro. What is the possibility that Uranus is someone else's brain? What about Uranus being Emu's other brain? What if Emu from the Mu Kingdom had an evil scientist that like is gonna parallel and be an inversion of Vegapunk, and he had his brain lift into the sky? Think about it. Think about it, chat. Let it soak into your mind, marinate into the thoughts. And I'm not talking OnlyFans. Marinate into the thoughts. Free my boy 323 on IG. He didn't do anything wrong. Yo, facts, bro. Facts. Thank you, chat. You know, my new account on Instagram got banned. They banned your boy off Instagram. They banned me off Instagram. I got suspended like a week ago, and I'm looking at the suspension, and Instagram says, "Oh, you've been temporarily suspended." I'm like, what the fuck did I do? I look at the reasoning and it says you are avoiding bans by making a new account. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? I have one other account and I don't post on it. It's never been flagged or anything. Whatever. So I appeal the suspension. They instantly unsuspend me. Fast forward a few days later, suspended again. It says the same reason. You are making accounts to avoid a ban. No, I'm not. Literally, what are you talking about? I have one other account and it's not flagged. It's not banned. I don't even post on it consistently. I don't really post on it. I make the appeal. I get unsuspended again. Another 2 times, suspended, unsuspended, suspended, unsuspended. Until like a few days ago, they permanently suspended me, chat. They permanently suspended me. They permanently disabled my account on Instagram. And there's no way for me to appeal. Bro, they fucking chat. You see, bro? Like, it's one thing if they would have said, okay, we suspended you, we disabled and banned your account because you're breaking community guidelines. You're breaking community guidelines with your hate speech. You're naming the Jew. But they didn't even say that. They said that I'm avoiding bans by making another account, which is completely false. I have one other account and it's in perfect standing. Fuck Instagram, chat. Shout out to the boy Pegs, 8 months. Let's get a salute. Salute in chat for the boy Pegs, bro. Pegs, thank you, bro. Yo, 8 months. What a legend, bro. Thank you, Pegs. This is a genuine thank you from the king of stalling to you, bro. Maybe you got people making accounts in your name or they're just using any reason to censor you. It has to be the latter. Like, who else on Instagram is naming the Jew? Like, let's be real, bro. All right, chat, let's get back on topic. Let's get back on topic. The next point of the spoilers. We move to the power room where the Gorosei are. Okay, so the room of authority. We all know this room, the big couch. We move to the power room where the Gorosei are. Figureling Garling enters the room, and he is now appointed as one of the... No, this is fake. This is fake. This is fake. This is fake. What? We move to the power room where the Gorosei are. Figureling Garling enters the room, and he is now appointed as one of the new... There's no way. There's no way. There's a new fucking Gorosei member and it's Garling. There's been theories on that. I've seen the theories on that. The god of war in charge of science and defense to Saturn, you fucking bum. Yo, L Saturn's in chat. L Saturn's in chat. Lattern's in chat. You got fucking replaced. You got, bro. No, there's no way this. There's no way this is real, bro. No fucking way. Saturn, you got fired? What? We move to the power room where the Gorosei are. Figureling Garling enters the room and he is now appointed as one of the new Gorosei, the god of war in charge of science and defense to replace. Yo, is Emu gonna smoke some Saturn pack? Bro, I love this because this shows that the celestial dragons and Emu, they're all evil, bro. They backstab each other. This is how you depict villains. This is how you do it. The villains gotta backstab each other because they're rotten to the core. What? Yo, tell me this man he was gonna fire Saturn and then immediately smoke his pack because Saturn knows too much. How are you gonna fire Saturn and just let him go off in his life? No. Saturn knows too much, bro. He's gonna smoke some. Emu's gonna smoke some Saturn pack, isn't he? Chat. He's gonna smoke some Saturn pack. He's gonna smoke that Moloch pack. Rashad with the 10. Thank you, bro. Ha ha ha. Lateran plus L plus Rip Bozo. Yo, chat. Let me tell you something. We're smoking on that Saturn pack today, baby.
Let him cook. Let him
Chat,
cook
take
now.
a rip with me for that Saturn pack. Saturn. What flavor is that Saturn pack? That Saturn pack. I'm getting a hint of blueberry. Hold on. I need another hit. Whew. Whoa. I need another hit of that Saturn pack. To all my chiefers out there. Chief with your boy. If you don't chief, don't do it. Okay? Don't do it, chat. I'm not trying to influence you, okay? Don't do it. But if you're already doing it, fuck it. That Saturn pack. I'm getting a hint of fired from the Gorsey. I'm getting a hint of that blue sapphire. Hold on, one more hit. Damn. I'm getting a hint of that I got shitted on by Kuma. Saturn, you got shitted on by Kuma, and then you got fired. Oh my, yo, chat. Woo. Yo, I have that rush. Woo, my heart is beating. Chat, don't do what I do, okay? Don't ever do it, okay? Wow, Saturn. Yo, Saturn got fired from the Gorsey and they hired Garling. What? Yo, that is fucking insane. Jody List, what's good? Hint of taste like Saturn made Bonnie and Kuma monsters. Exactly. I taste peach raspberry. It's Saturn's fault. It is his fault. State penitentiary. Send that boy Saturn to fucking level 6 of Impel Down. Lucas, what's good, bro? I'm glad to see you. Javi said I quit smoking 4 months ago. I only do edibles now. Hey, that's some progress. Good job, bro. I'm proud of you. Blue Skunk. Wow, bro. Emu's gonna smoke on that Saturn pack. Let's read the next point. Dude, what? I don't know. Yo, chat, just don't spoil me, chat. Yes or no? Do the spoilers continue getting crazy? Just tell me. Don't tell me what the spoilers are. I'm going in point by point. Do the spoilers get crazy after this point? Is it even better? Or is this like the peak and then it's just mid for the rest? Yes? No way. Yo, Emu, you have to smoke that Saturn pack. Either you put him in level 6 or you kill him. He knows too much. Oh my, yo, I can't get over this point. Do you guys understand how fucking insane this is? We just had a Gorsey member fired. And now he's replaced by Garling. Do you understand how crazy that is? Black fire emanated from Saturn's body as he kneeled down and begged for mercy from Emu. Suddenly, Saturn's body became older than What? He killed Saturn. This is what you need in a story. You show how the villains are villains. They're rotten in the core. They don't actually care about each other. They don't care about each other. This is what an evil person is like. They don't actually have allegiance to each other. Saturn's dead? Fatality. Black fire emanated from Saturn's body as he kneeled down and begged for mercy from Emu. Suddenly, Saturn's body became older and then explodes, leaving only its... Yo, this is one of the craziest chapters of all fucking time. We had Saturn fired, replaced, and killed in one chapter. Okay, so when you guys said this chapter was peak, I can understand why. This is insane. What? Chat, I am at a loss for words. What the dude, can you guys imagine the long summary or the actual chapter? What? Bro, I am at a loss for words because you guys know, like, I live, breathe, and eat One Piece, right? One Piece, that's my baby girl. I've been doing the content for a long time. I have over 150 theory videos from my original channel to now. You guys know I'm heavily invested into One Piece. Whether it's videos or streams or behind the scenes when I talk about One Piece. What? The chapters are always better than the spoilers. Facts, bro. Sean Trell says keep reading. I'm gonna keep reading. Don't worry. I can't believe what I'm reading. Chat, is this real, chat? Is this real? We move to the power room where the Gorosei are. Figurehead Garling enters the room and he is now appointed as one of the new Gorosei, the god of war in charge of science and defense to replace Saturn. Black fire emanated from Saturn's body as he kneeled down and begged for mercy from Imu. Suddenly Saturn's body became older and explodes, leaving only its skeleton. Wow, bro. Saturn, you're cooked. You're cooked. I think this is proof that they sold their soul to Imu. Imu has control of their soul. When we think about Karakuri Island, the island where Brook spent his time skip at, they talk about how they wanted to spawn Satan in the official translations. They talked about how they wanted to sell their soul. We have Big Mom, who her whole motif was about selling your soul and making a soul contract. Chat, these members, these Gorosei characters, they sold their soul. They're on their Diddy type shit. They are on their Jeffrey Epstein type beat. And all of these elites, all of these people at these levels of wealth, fame, and power. You don't get to this level of wealth, fame, and power without selling your soul. It doesn't work like that. These elites, these Jews in power, you have to sell your soul. You have to join the part. You have to be a part of the gang. You have to join the gang. Black fire emanated from Saturn's body. You see that, chat? Black fire emanated from Saturn's body. Imu probably looked at Saturn and said, okay, I'm gonna blow up your fucking soul. You sold your soul to me, just like how all these characters are selling their soul to Big Mom. I can empty you out. I can obliterate you. You want to know why? You want to know why Oda probably didn't show how the Gorosei have devil fruits? They didn't show the Gorosei's devil fruits simply because the Gorosei got their powers by selling their soul to the synagogue of Satan. They sold their soul, bro. What about Katarina Devon, Young Smokey? Shout out to Smokey with the $10 super chat. That's a great question. This really puts the fact that Katarina Devon turning into Saturn in a new light. Chat, what do we think about that? Katarina Devon just unlocked the ability to turn into Saturn, but now he's dead. Is Katarina Devon gonna act like she's Saturn and Saturn resurrected from the dead like a fake Jesus? Bro, I have so many questions. Chat, what do we think about Young Smokey? What do you think about the Katarina Devon moment? How does that work? Wow. Yo, I don't even know what to say. Thank you, Young Smokey, for the super chat. That's a great question. How do we look at the Katarina Devon situation? She has the ability to turn into Saturn, but now he had his pack smoked. Saturn had his pack smoked. I don't know, but Oda's, yo, chat, Oda's cooking something.
Let him cook.
Oda's cooking.
Let him cook now.
When it comes to Saturn and Katarina Devon, Oda's cooking something, chat. What Oda's about to do is going to be some crazy shit, chat. He's about to do something. He's about to throw a curveball from left field, bro. Young Smokey says, I have no clue. It just makes what the Blackbeard Pirates are doing on Egghead look crazy. Yes, this adds more context to it. What? And JR Ryder with the 5. Thank you, bro. Akainu just asked Kizaru about Saturn safety too. This is nuts. Also, maybe Saturn was just a holy knight during God Valley before promotion. Yeah, we have to go back to that chapter because I don't remember if it actually said if Saturn was a Gorsei or not. Like, we saw Saturn on God Valley in the Kuma flashback, but I don't remember if it explicitly said if Saturn was a member of the Gorsei yet. Damn. So yeah, that theory about God holy knights being the next in charge to becoming a Gorsei, that actually, maybe that has some truth to it. Damn. Everyone else in the chat, welcome in. Mario, welcome in. Leon, welcome in. Codeman DBZ, welcome in, bro. Salute. So Jupiter, that was before our Jupiter was killed by Emu. Yeah, maybe. Because Emu doesn't have allegiance to these guys. These people are just toys to Emu. They're just tools. Emu is an evil, rotten, sick, twisted person to the core. Why should Emu have genuine love to these guys? He's evil. It should be no surprise to anyone when an evil person does something evil to their friend, because they're evil. And that's how you write a beautiful story. That's how you write an evil character. Damn. Hey, but was it JR Raider with that super chat? JR Raider, you make a good point. Akainu just asked Kizaru about Saturn's safety. And then you turn around and have Emu kill Saturn. Like, the irony. The irony. And Axe with the 2, thank you, bro. If Emu was like Big Mom, who is like Jinbei? He walked, huh? Who would be like Jinbei? Vivi, or not Vivi, Lily. If Emu is like Big Mom, and they sell their soul, and they make these soul contracts, Queen Lily is like Jinbei. Think about it. Let it soak in. She turned her back on Emu. Emu said, join me. Join me, Queen Lily, Princess Lily. Join me in Marishwa, the Holy Land of Israel. And Lily said, nah, bro. Lily said, no. I'm not joining you in the Holy Land of Israel, because I am a Christian. I believe in the Messiah. And you killed the Messiah. Now you own the propaganda, you own the media, you own the books, you own the centralized banks. I am Queen Lily. My allegiance is to the Son of God. Dude, this is an insane chapter. Young Smokey with the 5, thank you, bro. And Axe, again, thank you. Smokey said, I believe the Holy Knight people believe the Holy Knight people believe looks like Shanks will take over the Holy Knights since Garling just got promoted. Wait. Smokey, what do you mean by that? I believe the Holy Knight people believe looks like Shanks will I believe the Holy Knight people believe looks like Shanks will take over the Holy Knights. Yo, chat, what is the chance of Shanks taking over the Holy Knights? I don't know, man, because Shanks, he's a good guy. I believe when Shanks went to the Gorsei and warned them about that pirate, Shanks had the ability to do that because he has Celestial Dragon blood. He has Figurling Garling blood in him. And him having that Garling Figurland blood in him gives him the ability to talk to the Gorsei. But at the end of the day, Shanks is a good person. He's a good pirate looking after people like Luffy. That's why when you see Shanks in private, you see Shanks in solitude, he's smiling and he's happy about Luffy. He's happy about how Luffy's making progress. He's happy about how Luffy became Yonko. He's happy about how Luffy's bounty was increased. Chat, what do you think? Shanks becoming the new Holy Knights. If they didn't kill him, he would be a carpenter that nobody knows. You haven't read the Gospels, my friend. $20 to 30% because I believe he wants the One Piece. Smokey said, I'm not saying Shanks himself, but the one who modeled after him. The one who modeled after him. Do you think that was Garling? Smokey, I think I know what you're talking about. When we had the silhouette of the Holy Knights. The silhouette of the Holy Knights. You're talking about the silhouette that looked like Shanks with the big collar? I don't know, man. That's a good question. I don't know if I actually subscribe to Twin Shanks. Chat, yes or no? Do you subscribe to the Twin Shanks theory? Yes or no, chat? Do you subscribe to the theory that Shanks has a twin? I want to know what everyone says. Yes or no? Jordan says no. Savage says no. Leon says 60%. Jinmark says no. Okay says no. I might have to say no. And I said this before we learned the God Valley stuff for Shanks. You guys could go look. Type in evil Shanks, or evil as in my name, 323. Evil Shanks God Valley or something like that. Before we even had the confirmation that Shanks was going to be a baby from God Valley, that was what the theory video was about. And I was arguing that Shanks has notorious Celestial Dragon blood within him. That's what allowed Shanks to talk to the Gorsei. And we know in the first half of the story, Shanks talked to someone about a pirate. Remember? Shanks talked to Whitebeard, warning Whitebeard about Blackbeard. It makes a lot of sense for Shanks to use his authority as a Figurland to then warn the Gorsei about Blackbeard. Like, to me, that's very straightforward, you know? It might be a bit much. No, in the middle. No, yes. Yes, sir. Yo, Arturo, what's good, bro? Anand, welcome in. Lone Sigma, welcome in. I will try vape now because of you. No. I advocated against it. Don't vape. Don't do it. It could be sibling, but not Shanks' face. I feel like he could have a brother, even if not a twin. It's Cope for explaining why Shanks is a gray character for those who believe Shanks is pure good. Shanks isn't a gray character, though. Shanks ended the Marineford War. Shanks inspired Luffy. Shanks was a loyal member of Roger. Shanks was a loyal friend of Whitebeard. Shanks is even a loyal friend of Bucky. I don't think Shanks is a gray character. Shanks is clearly a good character that clearly holds characters like Luffy and Roger in high regard. The only ammunition that people have for their idea that Shanks is an evil character is that he spoke to the Gorsei. But you can instantly answer that by saying that he has Garling blood. Doflamingo, he didn't have Garling blood. He had fucking homing blood. Doflamingo, Don Quixote homing. Homing? Probably not even a member of the Gorsei. Never. Not a member of the Holy Knights. But Shanks having that Celestial Dragon blood through Figurland, I think that matters more. There's levels to this shit. Especially if Garling was the supreme commander of the Holy Knights. What do you think, chat? Do you think Shanks is good or is he evil? Don't try to sit on the fence. Don't be a fence sitter. Is Shanks good or is he evil? Which one is it? Celestial Dragon Nepo babies. Hey, you know Oda took that from something in real life. Baby Pluto was good, bro. Evil as fuck? Come on. Art, come on, bro. Take the fence down. Yo, I'm a Mexican, and I'm telling you right now, tear down that fence. We're gonna get a cousin of Dofi. That'd be sick. Gives Dofi a reason. Did someone say Dofi? Did someone say the Heavenly Demon? Did someone say Young Master? Did someone say Doflamingo? The greatest villain in One Piece? You know we got, yo, matter of fact, these spoilers are so crazy. I gotta have the shades on for the rest of the spoilers. I'm sorry, but these spoilers are so fucking nuts. Yo, chat, let's continue. Let's continue. We've been stuck on this point for a long time. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. In Punk Records, which contains Vegapunk's mind floating in the sky, we see a new Vegapunk consisting of Edison, Shaka, Pythagoras, and Atlas. Has 4 minds within one body. So the theory's probably right. The theory's probably right. All of the other satellites, all of the minor Vegapunks are becoming the one true Vegapunk, the one true Stella. It was all a part of the plan. Yo, now we just need Lilith to die. We just need Lilith dead and York dead. We need them dead. So we can have the true Vegapunk come back. We said that the other stream, Rashad. We said that the other stream. Stella and Vegapunk is coming back. Through the death of them. Chat, this is a peak chapter, man. This is a peak chapter. What can I say? We move to the kingdom of Kamabaka. All right, chat. What am I about to read? What am I about to read? What am I about to read when it comes to Kamabaka Queendom? What's her name? Or his name? Ivankov's Island, where Dragon lives at. What am I about to read? The LGBTQ Queendom. What are we about to read? Is this... Bro, please tell me Dragon has something to say. Dragon, please tell me you have something to say and we're not going to get ellipses. Dragon, please tell me you're going to get off your ass and do something. What am I about to read, Dragon? I've had my poster of you, Dragon. Right here, Monkey D. Dragon. I've had you on my wall for a very long time, and I'm sick of the BS, Dragon. Are you going to say something, or are you going to do something? Koala sums up Vegapunk's message. Dragon says, we need to end this as soon as possible. The war for safe havens on Earth is about to begin. Chat. Dragon is back. We are so back, baby. We are so back, baby. We are so back, baby. We're back. Dragon believers, salute. I want to see some salutes. If you are a Dragon believer, if you are a Dragon supporter, I need some salutes in chat because we are so back. Dragon says we need to end this war as soon as possible. The war for safe havens on Earth is about to begin. Chat, final war, baby. We're getting into final war. He talked. Dragon spoke. We have to praise Dragon because he spoke. This man hardly speaks. He's back. Chat, final war is about to begin. We're getting closer and closer and closer. Final war. Final war. He had more than one sentence. He reached 2 sentences. Chat, what do we rate the spoilers? 1 out of 10. I give these spoilers a 10 out of 10. From the demotion of Saturn, the murder of Saturn, the promotion of Garling, The flotation of Vegapunk's brain. The final message from Dragon. I gotta give this chapter a 10 out of 10, bro. Yo. Long summary. People are gonna have a heart attack. People are gonna fall by the droves having strokes. Can you imagine how we're all gonna feel when we read the full chapter? Oda keeps on hyping Final War. Oh man, yo. This is crazy. I cannot, yo, for me, chat, let me know what you guys think is the highlight to the chapter, and like the stream, guys. Leave a like on the stream, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell if you haven't already so that you never miss a post, video, or stream by yours truly. Comment down below what is the highlight of this chapter. For me, guys, it's if we break everything up into individual parts, like Saturn being fired, Saturn being killed, Garling being promoted, Vegapunk's brain, Dragon's statement. If we break it up into individual parts, what is your favorite part? For me, it has to be Imu essentially killing Saturn. That has to be the highlight. We just had a Gorosei member die. Not only did they die, but it's probably at the hands of Imu. That is insane. Yo, Oda really showed, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. I'm always trying to explain to people, having read this story front to back so many times, I always try to show people and explain to people Oda's true writing technique. Chat, Oda, what Oda likes to do, and I want you guys to understand this, okay? I want you guys to listen closely. Look into my eyes. Look into the windows of my soul and listen clearly. I need you to listen closely so you understand and you can get your theories correct, okay? Do you want to have correct theories? Yes? Then listen to what I'm about to tell you. Oda has this style where he likes to create a pattern. He likes to create a standard. He likes to create this idea. He likes to create this system that has criteria to it. And eventually, Oda will break the pattern. He has done this so many times. Over and over and over and over. We get shown throughout the story, characters only have one devil fruit. We reach Eni's lobby. We're told that if you have a second devil fruit, your body explodes and you die. Oda turns around and gives a character, Blackbeard, 2 devil fruits. We're shown how there's characters that could become embers. Yonko. They gotta have a devil fruit, crazy hockey, all of this worldwide power, their own island, this crazy ship. He turns around and he makes Buggy a Yonko. You guys need to get on this. You guys need to catch on to this. Oda sets these patterns. He sets these rules just to turn around and break them. And you need to get good at identifying the pattern. You need to get good at identifying the systems. And you need to get good at identifying when Oda's gonna break the pattern, who he's gonna use to break the pattern, and why he's gonna use them to break the pattern. I want you guys to understand this. He's done this so many times. You guys probably, as I've been explaining this, you guys have probably thought of examples. You know what's going to be another example to this, chat? Another example of Oda setting this rule, setting this system, setting this pattern, just to break it. You know what that rule is going to be? That rule is going to be the idea that women of Amazon Lily only give birth to girls. Oda's going to break that rule, and there's going to be a legendary woman who gave birth to a boy on Amazon Lily. And that boy is going to be Monkey D. Luffy. Okay? So buckle in. I'm telling you right now, you could go watch my Amazon Lily video. Luffy's mom is from Amazon Lily. Go watch my video on that. Oda sets these standards and he breaks them. He has this pattern, these 5 members of the world government that have the most power. The Gorosei. They are forever devoted to Imu. Imu's gonna keep them in power forever. They have this strong bond just for Saturn to get demoted. Just for Saturn to be killed by Imu. just for Saturn to be replaced by Garlink. Oda is constantly doing this. I'm telling you, chat, join the ship now before it's too late. Join. Because I don't want to see another scenario where people deny a theory, and then as soon as the theory comes right, they want to act like they were a part of the gang the whole time. No, you weren't. You weren't a part of the gang. So join the gang, join the crew. I'm telling you, I've identified this shit. It's going to happen. Luffy represents Jesus, and he was born of a virgin. Exactly. Luffy represents Jesus. Luffy represents the Messiah. And you know what? Yesterday, or was it the day before, a little birdie told me, I'm not going to say their name. I'm not going to use any names here. Okay? A little birdie told me that they were watching a certain One Piece stream from a certain One Piece YouTuber. I'm pretty sure everyone here knows who they are. I'm not going to name names. You could go figure it out if you really care. A little birdie told me that a certain One Piece streamer was talking theories, and they were talking about Luffy. And this One Piece streamer was too scared to say that Luffy's the Messiah. They were too scared to say that Luffy is based on Jesus. Well, guess what, chat? I'm not scared to say it. Luffy's based on Jesus. Luffy's based on the Messiah. Joy Boy Luffy, one and the same, the Son of God, Jesus Christ. And this story is about how the Jews killed Jesus Christ, the Celestial Dragons killed Joy Boy, the Messiah. And I'm not scared to say it. We speak the truth here. We speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Celestial dragons are evil. Then Mjosgard reveal. Yo, demonetize me. Demonetize me. Jews killed Jesus Christ. It's the truth. I don't care. Anti-Semitic. Racist. I don't care. It's the truth. Cult of Eddie. Agenda bias a little. How is it agenda bias? You know what? I'm not even gonna go deeper than that. I have my, I guess, opinion, even though it's literally facts, and I stand by it. And I will not be silenced. I will not be censored. I don't care. We're not living in 1984 with Big Brother watching over us, and you can't commit thought crime, or else the thought police is gonna come after you and censor you and ban you. I think Imu took away Saturn's immortality, resulting in him being an 800-year-old regular human. That's why he disintegrated into dust. All right, chat, let's have this question. You too, King J. Do we believe that Imu killed Saturn? Yes or no? I want some answers. Don't give me a maybe. Don't give me a 50%, 60%. Do you believe that Imu killed Saturn? Yes or no? What is your answer? King J, with your standards and your explanation, to me, that seems like a yes. Because if he removed Saturn's immortality, then it's in his hands for Saturn to die. The blood is on his hands. And that's a good theory, by the way. That's a great theory, King J. But, you know, some people might want to rebuttal that with saying that, oh, well, technically, the Gorosei referred to the world government as the world government, showing that there were people before them and they didn't know everything about Joy Boy and Nika and why they renamed the fruit. Some people would probably rebuttal with that, King J. I don't know. But that is an interesting theory, King J. Yes. See, chat, we're on the same page. That man Imu smoking on that Saturn pack, bro. That boy Imu. He sent him back to hell. Yo, Clocks, what's good? Saturn was begging Imu for mercy. Yo, Saturn, that's why you shouldn't have sold your soul to the devil, Saturn. I mean, come on. In the official translations, they talk about Satan. They talk about selling your soul. They talk about magic circles. Couldn't you see it? Saturn, you knew what you were doing. You quite literally signed up for it. You sold your soul to the devil. It's your fault. When is promotion for St. Charlos? Yo, next stage, chat. Next arc, Elbaf. Emu is gonna kill Jupiter, and St. Charlos is gonna be promoted. Where's my boy L? Hey, that's who's next on the agenda. That's who's next on the agenda. Kill Jupiter and replace him with St. Charlos. Yours truly. Thank you. Thank you. We need some St. Charlos agenda. Oda, where is the St. Charlos agenda? I've been waiting for the St. Charlos agenda. Where is it? We need some hype, some love, some support for our boy, Saint Carlito. Where is it at? You're exactly on the mark with that, King J. Luffy isn't Jesus specifically, just in our world, many cultures and their religions based on Nika, like how we have religions that point to the same gods under different names. Yo, Oda 100% read the Bible, and he took levels of great magnitude of inspiration from the Bible. And he most definitely based Luffy off of Jesus. You have an Adam tree. You have an Eve tree. You have Noah's Ark. You have Kuma, who walks around with a Bible. A Bible. Kuma walks around with a Bible. He prays to a cross. He's a pastor in a church. He worships the Son of God. Who's the Son of God? Luffy. It's clear as day that Oda took inspiration from Christianity. It is so clear. The Seraphim, where is that from? It's from the Bible. It's from the Bible. The return of the Son of God. Gee, I wonder where that's from. The Messiah. Gee, I wonder where that's from. Elite rich people that killed the Messiah. Gee, I wonder where that's from. Oda most definitely took inspiration from the Bible. And quite honestly, I say this with all respect, I feel like the only people that are going to combat this theory are people with religious trauma. Like, yo, just put the trauma to the side. It's clear as day. It's clear as day. And it's like, yes, obviously, Oda used Hanumanji for Luffy to a certain extent. Yes, obviously, I'm not saying he didn't. I'm talking about on the deepest level, the core of it. It's clear. It's obvious. It's obvious. Chat, yes or no? Do you believe that Oda took inspiration of Jesus and added it to Luffy? Yes or no, chat? Call me out. If you don't agree, say no. And if you agree, say yes. Do you believe that there's some level of influence and inspiration of Luffy or to Luffy from Jesus? Yes or no? To me, Noah's Ark, Adam tree, Eve tree, the cross, the Bible, the Son of God, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. You literally have the people that killed the Messiah, right? Who did it? Who killed the Messiah? Who have magic? Gee, I wonder what religion has magic that practices sorcery. I wonder who it is. The same ones that killed the Messiah. You're literally talking up my point while staying on your agenda bias. Did I have an agenda bias when I was arguing that Luffy was based on Hanumanji and all the people were disagreeing, saying I was reaching? Most religions practice sorcery. Yo, the original root, the original source of that was widely known for that even created Freemasonry, that used Baal and Moloch, it was Judaism. But look. I don't want to get too deep on this, okay? I wanted to just give this thought that Luffy's based on Jesus, okay? I don't want to get into this Judaism debate. It is what it is. It's considered cool to include foreign religion in Japanese manga, but it's not that deep. Well, what do you mean by not that deep? Which battle is the next you think? I think the next battle is the Holy Knights on Elbaf. I believe that Oda sent the Gorosei to Egghead to showcase and to hype up what the final war is going to look like. And I think the next step of Oda's grand master plan is having the Holy Knights show up to Elbaf to then hype up the final war some more. And look, Joy Boy, listen. Joy Boy in chat. I can understand. I probably strike the nerve. I apologize, Joy Boy. I don't mean to strike a nerve. I still love you, Joy Boy. I have no ill will, no ill feelings to you. I still love you. It's okay. We can let it go, Joy Boy, okay? Look, I'm extending my hand to you, Joy Boy. You want to shake my hand? It's okay. I don't hate you. I love you as a brother, okay? But chat, anyways, to get back on topic. Do you believe, can I get a yes or no? Everyone answer with a yes or no. Do you believe the Holy Knights will fight on Elbaf? Because I would say yes. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that the Holy Knights are going to be defeated and one of them's going to die and half of them are going to fucking be bleeding out and losing arms. I just think there's going to be some level of combat on Elbaf. Kind of like how, again, the Gorse had some level of combat on Egghead. They're not going to be ultimately defeated, but it's going to be this hype up. It's going to be this build up. It's going to be this showcase of the Holy Knights to then build up the final war even more. Like, I think the final war is like all factions. It's going to be the Gorse. It's going to be the Holy Knights. It's going to be the Revs. It's going to be the Straw Hats. Alabasta's Kingdom. It's going to be all these factions coming together to duke it out. You know, so that's my thoughts. Yes, no, yes, they will be involved. I think one Holy Knight will come to Elbaf. Enel returns on Elbaf. I love the idea that Enel comes to Elbaf. I love it. Ragnarok is the battle of the gods. The Holy Knights have to be involved. Oda not being Christian doesn't mean anything. I ain't Christian either, and I understand everything. Yeah. Yep, from now on, it's all about hyping up Final War. Exactly. And like this chapter is great proof of that, right? Just look at this chapter. The final statement in this chapter is about how Dragon says, we need to end this as soon as possible. The war for safe havens on Earth is about to begin. Oda's hyping up this final war, chat. And I hope Oda executes it great. Because if Oda executes the final war of One Piece perfectly, One Piece is going to be cemented as the greatest manga of all time. And yes, we can argue that as of right now, One Piece is the greatest manga of all time. But look at Naruto. A lot of people would say that the final war of Naruto was butchered. A lot of people say that. You know that, chat. So, hey, Oda, you need to execute this, man. You need to execute. Chat, what do you want to see in Final War? I'm curious, chat. Let me know your thoughts. What do you guys want to see in the Final War of One Piece? I want to see Buggy sitting on the empty throne. I want to see Emu getting punched downwards and he flies through the red line. I want to see Luffy in his ultimate final Nika form. I want to see Zoro in his ultimate Ashura form defeating Venus. I want to see all of that. What do you guys want to see? Hey, Evil, what do you think about the Void Century it was inspired by? Man, there's a lot of things out there that could have inspired the Void Century. Shout out to Greg. Greg, where you at? You in the chat, Greg? Greg has a great theory because in one of the SBS volumes, a reader was asking Oda if every Straw Hat was from a Japanese prefecture, where would they be from? And when Oda answered Luffy, Oda said that Luffy would be from the Okinawa prefecture. And if you look at the Okinawa prefecture, I forgot how to pronounce it. I'm going to butcher it. But the original Okinawa prefecture was the Ryukyu Kingdom. It's almost like Ryukyu from Fishman Island, but I don't think it's the exact same name. I think it's Ryukyu. The Ryukyu Kingdom in Japan, in real life, like this, an actual place, an actual thing. The Ryukyu Kingdom had a language that no one understood. They were very advanced in technology, and they had 100 years of their history wiped out. And Greg has a full PDF document, a whole mega theory explaining why he believes the whole Okinawa Ryukyu Kingdom inspired the Void Century. And a lot of the things in the Ryukyu Kingdom, Okinawa prefecture, is one-to-one with One Piece and the Void Century. It's a phenomenal theory. I think that's up there. But honestly, there's a lot of situations in real life where Oda could have taken inspiration to then fuel and hype up this idea of the Void Century. You know, there's a lot of them, a lot of wiped out kingdoms, a lot of cultures with stone tablets talking about prophecies, talking about their history. You know, look at Jaya in real life, or Java. In real life, there was this island named Java, and the king of Java was this guy named Joyo Boyo, and he had stone tablets talking about how there was going to be people that go to his island to erase his people. You hear that, chat? A man named Joyo, you could Google this, go look on Google. Joyo Boyo was from an island named Java, and he had stone tablets talking about prophecies and the history of his people and how they were going to be wiped out. You know, there's a lot of situations like this in real life. It's hard to pinpoint one. I honestly think Oda's going to take inspiration from a lot of them, because, you know, you have to wonder, like, how would Oda take inspiration from one and not multiple or all? Because a lot of these stories are similar. This ancient kingdom that was advanced and wiped out, Atlantis, Tartaria, Ryukyu Kingdom. There's a lot of these stories. People used to ask how Zoro fights swordsmen. People used to ask how Zoro fights swordsman Venus after beating Mihawk. I think it'll be the world's strongest swordsman Zoro versus swordsman Venus and swordsman Garling in a 1v2. Wow, that's actually insane. Chat, do you guys like that theory by King J? King J says that Zoro will defeat Mihawk, become the world's strongest swordsman, then he will fight Venus and Garling in a 2v1. Do you guys like that theory? Yes or no? That's interesting. You know, like, when I think of Garling, or not Garling, when I think of Venus, I don't think he's considered the world's strongest swordsman, because he doesn't live on the blue planet. He lives on the red line. Well, I mean, like, technically speaking, he lives on the blue planet, but he doesn't live in the lower world. You know, he lives in his own world, just like elites in real life. You guys want to know why elites and these politicians pass laws like mass immigration that destroy our communities? It's because they don't live in the communities. They live in their own world. So with the Celestial Dragons, I don't think characters like Venus are considered the world's strongest swordsman, because they don't live in the lower world. They don't live on the seas. They live in Marijua. So they can't be considered for world's strongest swordsman. Like, as far as we know, Mihawk got that title because he's surfing the seas. He's surfing and sailing on all these islands, you know? So for me, it would make sense that Zoro fought Mihawk, became the world's strongest swordsman, then fought Venus after. Much like how Luffy would fight Blackbeard, become the Pirate King, then fight Imu. Because it's like, the world domination is held by the Celestial Dragons. It's held by the world government. That's the core of the story. Those are the people that eradicated the ancient kingdom. Those are the people that forbid poneglyphs. Those are the people that caused Joy Boy to leave a One Piece behind. The world's government, the Celestial Dragons, the dirty, scummy elites, they are at the core of this story. So I think Mihawk, Blackbeard, all of these characters should come before the battle against the world government. And One Piece is definitely based on real life, 100%. Do you believe, do you think Blackbeard's fight will be on Hachinosu because of the island fruit? So here's my thing, right? I believe Luffy versus Blackbeard, it's going to be on either Elbaf or Hachinosu. I don't believe that the Straw Hats are going to fight the Blackbeard pirates on Laugh Tale, because we know that Laugh Tale has the real poneglyph. Do you remember how Robin and Co were talking about how Roger delivered the document to its destination? What they were referring to was the real poneglyph, a poneglyph that tells the full story of the One Piece, of the ancient kingdom. that was delivered to Laugh Tale. We know that the One Piece is on Laugh Tale. It seems like to me Laugh Tale is going to be a payoff arc. It's going to be an info dump arc. I don't think we have time for a whole Straw Hats versus Blackbeard Pirates grand battle. I don't think we have the time for that, especially with this treasure on the island. Are they going to destroy the poneglyphs, destroy the treasure? I don't think so. I think that the battle for the One Piece, the battle for the Road Poneglyphs is going to be against Blackbeard and Co. And grabbing the final Road Poneglyph and having all four is what's going to enable the Straw Hats to get to Laugh Tale and discover the One Piece. I don't think it's going to take place on Laugh Tale. Now, I don't know, is it going to be on Hachinosu, the home of the Blackbeard Pirates, the home of the Rocks Pirates? Or is it going to be on Elbaf, where there's going to be a Ragnarok war? It's hard to say. I would probably lean towards Hachinosu. But I don't think it's going to be on Laugh Tale. So if you asked me, if you put a gun to my head and you asked me what I thought or how I thought One Piece was going to go, I think there's going to be a huge battle on Elbaf, a Ragnarok war, and Blackbeard's going to be in that war. But I don't believe Blackbeard's going to be defeated on Elbaf. I believe something's going to happen. There's going to be a sequence of events that I can't necessarily predict that's going to cause Blackbeard to go to Hachinosu. Luffy's going to leave Elbaf. Luffy's going to go to Hachinosu with his crewmates, and that's where the final battle against against Blackbeard for the final Road Poneglyph is going to be. The battle is going to start on Elbaf. It's going to get shifted to Hachinosu, and then the battle is going to truly begin on Hachinosu. The Straw Hats are going to defeat the Blackbeard Pirates. They're going to have all the Road Poneglyphs. Then they're going to go to Laugh Tale. They're going to discover the real Poneglyph. They're going to gather the One Piece. Then they're going to go and get ready for the final war. The final war against the Celestial Dragons and the world government. I don't think there's going to be a battle on Laugh Tale. I think it's going to be an info dump arc. Because here's another thing, right? Oden's backstory. The Oden flashback, which a lot of people like to call the Roger flashback. It's not even Roger's flashback, it's Oden's flashback. Do you guys realize that his flashback is like 15, 16, 17 chapters long? So that must mean that Laugh Tale has to be longer than that. Laugh Tale has to be 20 chapters of just lore. The birth of Joy Boy, the childhood of Joy Boy, young adulthood of Joy Boy. Joy Boy had to have lived 100 years because of when he died versus when he put the poneglyph on Fishman Island. He had to have been 100 years. And plus, didn't we get a detail recently, like proving Joy Boy was a giant or would live to be 100 or something like that? It seems like to me, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying, chat? Oh, we have to go through all of that. We have to go through Imu's childhood, Imu's upbringing, what made Imu evil, how Imu got his own Judas to betray Jesus and Joy Boy, how he formed how he formed the world government, how he caused Joy Boy to leave the One Piece behind, explain how devil fruits work, explain Sun God Nika, explain the history of Elbaf, explain how the whole world sunk, explain the ancient weapons. There is so much information that we're going to have to go through on Laugh Tale. And I don't think it's going to be shorter than Oden's flashback, which was 15, 16, 17 chapters long. That makes no sense to me. The Laugh Tale flashback, or the one, I don't even know what to call it, Joy Boy flashback? Ancient Kingdom flashback, whatever you want to call it. The D-Clan flashback has to be at least 20 chapters long, taking place on Laugh Tale. It's going to be an info dump arc. It's going to be a payoff arc. Yeah, we got a Discord. Yo, mods, if you guys can drop an invite link to Discord in the chat, that would be great. Let me get the link, actually. I could do it. Invite people. Here, chat, if anyone wants to join my server, I'm going to put the link in the chat. All right. And guys, we're going to be wrapping up this stream soon, okay? We're going to be back for the long summary. Don't worry. When the long summary releases, we're going to be out. We're going to be streaming. And when the chapter releases, we're going to be streaming again, so don't worry. Just hit the notification bell on the channel so you guys get notified when I go live. You guys don't want to miss the stream or streams. Monkey, what's good, bro? Growth Stonks, what's good? Hello, what's good? Void Century Flashback is going to be a one year long. Yeah, so we get 32 to 34 chapters a year. Who knows, man? Oda has to go over so much stuff. Again, regarding Devil Fruits, Emu, the World Government, the Gorosei, Joy Boy, the Ancient Kingdom, the D-Clan. He has to go over so much stuff. And I don't want Oda to rush it. I want Oda to take his time. So if that flashback lasts 30 chapters, then that means it's a full year of like real life. A full real life year of Laugh Tale flashback. You know? Join the crew on Discord. Welcome in, Leon. Thank you for joining the crew. Emu is a transmitter snail that has powers similar to Big News Morgan's. Yeah, that idea of Emu being a snail is pretty funny. It's pretty fun. Oda getting rushed. He wants to take it slow. Yeah, man. I don't know. It seems like One Piece fans are back and forth. One week, we think Oda's rushing to the end of the story. The next week, we feel like Oda's taking his sweet-ass time. You know? I always try to put it into perspective for people. It's hard to judge the speed of One Piece reading on a weekly basis. You gotta pick up the volumes of One Piece. You have to pick up the volumes and read by the volume. That's what Oda's writing for. Oda's writing for the long game. Because Oda knows that once he writes a chapter, there's no going back. So he shouldn't be writing chapters for the sake of this week. He should be writing chapters for the sake of history. If he wanted to write chapters to make every week hype, he'd probably end up speeding through the story, which is going to have drawbacks. So he has to look at it long term. Once he writes a chapter, there's no going back. Exactly, L. Oda should take his time. The ending of One Piece will be the best paced shonen ending in manga history. Yo, I hope so, man. I trust Oda to not fumble the end of One Piece. Facts. Chat, yes or no? Do you believe, or let me word it this way. Do you trust Oda to not fumble One Piece? I say yes. I trust Oda to not fumble the end of One Piece. Oda has to tie everything up, all these loose ends. I trust him. He's said for decades now that he knows how the story is going to end. Didn't he even say that he knows what the final chapter is going to look like? He knows what the final page is going to look like? Yo, in Oda we trust. I don't mind if Void Century Flashback takes a year. Yeah, facts, man. Chapter out tomorrow. Yo, Pokemon Red. Is that true? Are we actually getting the chapter tomorrow? Because I thought we were supposed to get long summary tomorrow. And then if we're lucky, the chapter the day after tomorrow. Because we've been getting chapters on Fridays a lot of the time. The last two chapters was Thursday. Last Thursday, or last chapter on a Thursday, it was like in the middle of the day for the US. And the chapter before that, 11/23, was late at night on a Thursday. But every other week before that was Friday. Are we going back to Thursday chapters? Yo, welcome to the chat, Jaid. Figurelin's gonna be a big Beetle watch. I trust Oda. He planned the ending for decades. He just doesn't know how to build up to the ending. Nah, man, Oda knows. Oda knows, and he's doing a great job. Oda knows how to end One Piece and how to build up to the final chapters. He knows, and he's doing a phenomenal job. Just look at these spoilers. Killing off Saturn, replacing him with Garling. I think most One Piece fans are going to love this chapter. That's why most One Piece fans rated the spoilers a 10 out of 10. You see this, chat? 213 votes for the spoilers, and 87% of the votes is a 10. 9% is a 9. Oda knows what he's doing, man. In Oda, we trust. Egghead is a great example for Final Saga, 100%. Oda been cooking for over 20 years. Figurlin will be the moon yokai. Is that what I said in my yokai video? Is that what I said in my yokai video? I don't remember. Yo, chat, we hunt down those who rate the chapter a 7 out of 10. Yo, if people are rating this chapter a 7 out of 10, they just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Just give them some sympathy. They woke up on the wrong side of the bed, you know. Because, like, come on. How do you read over 1,100 chapters? You read over 1,000 chapters of One Piece, but you don't like this chapter? Like, why do you even read One Piece? If you read 1,000 chapters of One Piece, you probably like One Piece. You like the style. This is the style of One Piece. This is peak Piece. I feel like many of the Straw Hats got forgotten since time skip. Frankie, Chopper, Usopp, Nami, Robin, Brook, and even Zoro, they don't get stories anymore. Yeah, I feel the same. Biggest fumble would be to leave Enel on the moon, but I'm fine with this. Yeah, we need Enel to come down from the moon because there's nothing up there. The only thing up there is, what, other space pirates? And those automata? Oda's always reintroducing the main villains, the large villains of One Piece. He did that with Buggy. He's doing that with Doflamingo. He did that with Crocodile. And Enel's a fan favorite. Everyone loves Enel. He's one of the highest rated characters. And Enel plays off of the character of Emu a lot. This false god, this man who pretends to be God, Emu and Enel are one and the same. I want to see Enel coming back. And if I forgot who it was, but weeks ago, I think it was in the last chapter reaction, someone in chat said, hey, why doesn't Oda send Enel down to Elbaf Island and then have Enel play the character of Thor? Right? Because isn't it Thor that uses the lightning? Chat, am I thinking of the right person? In Norse mythology and Nordic mythology, Thor was using lightning. Have Enel come down, land on Elbaf, be Thor, the man of lightning, and then have Usopp take him down. So Usopp can wield this legendary hammer. Vegapunk Records is on his way to pick up Enel. Yo, that'd be funny, man. Imagine we're in the middle of Elbaf. We see all these great characters fighting. And we just have Enel floating down on Vegapunk's brain. What shoe do you wear? I wear Vans and Adidas. I also wear the cocaine Air Force Ones. I got a pair of those. I think everybody needs a pair of those. But I'm just a humble guy, you know. I'm not interested in the likes and the followers and the retweets, like the views. Like, that's good for me to have because I'm trying to showcase and educate the masses, especially with my new platform. With my new platform, I'm trying to educate the masses. So it's good for me to have, you know, growth and an audience. I'm trying to teach people and entertain people. But I've never been the kind of guy to gloat over followers. Oh, I just hit a new follower goal. I don't like to do that. It makes me uncomfortable. And the only reason I've done that in the past was to show people that I'm thankful, you know? But, chat, if you guys are interested in conspiracy theories, if you guys are interested in rap music, politics, Christianity, the JQ, follow my new platform, okay? I put a link in the chat. You guys can follow me on Twitter, YouTube. I have to remove the Instagram one. They banned me. TikTok and Rumble. Follow me there, guys. I'll greatly appreciate it. I'm enlightening and posting stuff every single day. And actually, when this stream ends, I need to post another video. It's gonna be about alien crop circles. Okay, alien crop circles. Because I got some truth behind alien crop circles that people don't know about. I do believe the majority of crop circles are fake, but not all of them. And I'm gonna explain why with good reasoning in the video. So follow me, whether you guys like Twitter, you guys like YouTube, you guys like TikTok, Rumble. Follow me. I have the same exact username on all of them. At Eddie X Mancada. Follow me on all those platforms. I'll be happy to see you. But yeah, like, you know, I'm just trying to educate people, trying to entertain people. I'm not interested in all the followers and I got all these supporters. Like, like there's levels to it. Like, you should be thankful for followers. Of course, I'm thankful for you guys, but you can't be egotistical with this stuff. Please make theory videos. Hey man, as soon as I get the inspiration to make more theory videos and I don't feel like I'm forced, then I'll make them. And who knows, man, this is a phenomenal chapter. The 1125 short summary, these are phenomenal spoilers. So, you know, this might inspire me. I might think of something and be like, you know what? I have this brilliant idea. I have this brilliant theory because of 1125. Let me make a video about it. That's how I've always been. I don't want to force content. That's betraying you guys. You guys didn't subscribe for me forcing content. You guys subscribed for me making genuine theories, my genuine thoughts. You know? Aliens from outer space aren't real because outer space as we know it is fake. Is that our theory now? Space is fake? Ors got a W with the chapter. Yo, shout out to that man Ors. The Legend of Ors. Young goat right there. When do you think Mad Monk will appear, I think, on Elbaf? I don't know, man. You know, Yarouge reminds me of Elbaf, where we keep, or I'm not Elbaf. Yarouge reminds me of Dragon, where we're waiting. We're just getting tired of waiting, you know? All of the supernova have been shown to some extent. Even Gang Beige, he had a significant role on Whole Cake Island. Where is Yarouge? MIA. So I would love to see him showcased. I want to see him fight. His Devil Fruit's really cool. It's interesting. It's fun. But I mean, like, damn, how much can we wait for Yarouge? How much longer? You reach a point where you're like, man, you know what? I'm tired of waiting. I don't care anymore. When you show up, you show up. There's another proof for NL being Thor. Even though Thor has lightning powers, he's god of thunder. Even though NL's power is lightning, he has thunder fruit. Goro is the sound of thunder. Yeah, man. Doesn't NL have like a Thor form? Or like a Thor attack? Something like that. Can you remind me, King J? NL has some Thor form, some Thor attack. I don't remember what it is specifically off the top of my head. But there's great reasons for NL coming back. He's beloved by the fans. Like, ask any One Piece fan. They like NL. He's a main villain. The main villains always return. Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all. Yo, Sean Terry, thank you for showing up, man. I hope you have a wonderful day, bro. Stay blessed. I'll send my prayers to your family, you, and everyone that surrounds you, because I want you to be under God's protection and guidance, brother. Take care, bro. Thank you for being here. El Thor is the name of NL's attack. Yeah, El Thor. So will it really be surprising? Would it really be confusing if NL comes down onto Elbaf and plays his character of Thor? Shout out to JR Rider with the 5. Thank you so much, King. JR Raider said, now that Saturn is bodied, it falls on Kizaru to escort York back or kill York if Emu wants. We could have Kizaru interact with the Vegapunk again. Yeah, shout out to JR Raider. Thank you for the super chat and the theories. I want York to die because, again, the world government and, like, the admirals, they come from an evil source. They come from an evil agenda. So they shouldn't really be portrayed as good guys. And like, sure, you have the one-off situation where Mjosgard's a good guy, Garp is a good guy. But speaking on the norms, these are evil, what's the word? Malevolent? They're evil, malevolent characters. So I like the idea that Emu erases Saturn, because that's how Emu should act. These guys don't actually love each other. They don't actually care for each other. They're just tools to each other. And that really, when they betray each other, when they kill each other and stab each other in the back, it shows that true evil, selfish nature. So if we have this situation where Imu orders Kizaru to kill York, that fits within this evil agenda, this evil persona. And plus, like, what can York really offer at this point? York offered Mother Flame and information about Vegapunk researching the Void Century. What else can she offer? They don't really need York. It's mostly on York to say, hey, I want to be a Celestial. I want to be a Celestial. I want to be a Celestial. The only person gaining something is York. They could, if Imu ordered Kizaru to kill York, what does the world government lose? They don't lose anything. And who's going to care? If Kizaru kills York, and if Imu orders Kizaru to kill York, who cares? No one cares. UIO, thank you for the $2, brother. First super on the live stream. Thank you so much. Do you like Rock's review? Yeah, Rock's review's a good guy, man. Rock's review's a great guy. She's smart? I don't know, man. Because don't they still have Punk Records to an extent? Roland V-Dub, welcome in. I'm sorry that you showed up late because we're wrapping it up here, guys. We're wrapping up the stream. This was a phenomenal short summary. Chat, I'm so excited for the long summary. When the long summary releases, chat, we're going to go live. So hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell so you do not miss the long summary. I'm sure it's going to be super hype. We're gonna have a lot more details. I think in the long summary, it's gonna explain how Garling was promoted. Like, what if we read the long summary and it says that like Garling sits in the middle of a magic circle? You know what, the star, the satanic Star of David. Imu's gonna sit, or Garling's gonna sit in the middle of the circle and sell his soul, make a soul contract. What if it says that in the long summary? That'd be lit, bro. And it would be something that we could foresee. You know, given everything I talked about earlier. I'm excited for the long summary, guys. Make sure you guys leave a like on the stream. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And of course, we're going to go live for the chapter reaction. It's going to be a great time. Thank you guys so much for being here. I wish everyone here a nice morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. I will pray and I hope that my Lord Jesus Christ takes care of you. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, amen. To take care of you guys and guide you guys through life. I wish you guys the utmost love, guidance, and safety. Take care of yourself, chat. Get sleep, get exercise, get sunlight, protein and water. Take care of yourself. God bless you guys. We are heading out.